Imagine typing a single sentence and getting back a blog post, a podcast, a logo, a video, or even your own personalized app. That's not science fiction anymore, it's generative AI. Now, this video is the first in the series I'll be doing on this channel of mine, where I'll walk you through step by step into the world of AI, from the basics to creating images, podcasts, cloning voices, generating videos, building apps, even researching and building your own AI tools and apps. We'll talk about things like how to do affiliate marketing with AI. Now, why you should listen to me. I've invested over $2,000 in learning all of these advanced techniques, and I intend teaching you about what I've been learning. So even if you have not yet started, or even if you've been using ChatGPT, Perplexity, etc., there is something for everyone out here. So stick on. Even if you've thought that AI is a little too complicated for me, by the end of it, you will understand what is it this all about, how to use this to do better projects, get a better job, get increased pay, and even start on your own side hustle. So without further ado, let's have a look. So I will be talking about these 5 items. If you see, the first is what is AI, next is what is generative AI, third is how does it all work, fourth is how to know if it's AI or it's something else. Is it real or is it AI? And finally, why it should all matter to you. So let's begin. The first thing on the list, what is AI? So AI, or artificial intelligence, is basically computers mimicking human intelligence. So if you give something to Google, Google will just spit out very generic websites or answers to your query. Now, instead of giving you these generic answers, AI learns data that has been given to it, predicts what you want, and can cater its results exactly to you. Think of a doctor. First, it diagnoses what you have, and then he or she would give you your exact remedy. So that's something like AI. Also think of how a child learns. So we show a child images, say of a cat, different kinds of cat, and we say out loud, CAT, cat or cat. And after some time, the child learns to associate the picture of a cat with a cat. That's exactly how AI learns. And people have been training the model, as they say, and training AI to understand what a cat is and associate a picture of a cat with actually a cat. So that moves us on to the second part of it. What is generative AI? Now, generative AI is a special type of AI which analyzes what you're trying to tell it, what you're trying to prompt it. It can also generate new images, music, voices, videos based on what it has learned from the past. For example, ChatGPT writing out a short poem about a dog in space. Let's have a look. Okay, so here I'm going to give ChatGPT a prompt saying that, please give me a short poem about a dog in space. So let's see what it gives me. So it has generated on its own. A little dog with fur so bright chased a comet through the night. He wagged his tail among the stars and barked hello to Jupiter. And pretty good. Okay, so pretty good stuff. So you can see it had generated a poem on the go. Now let's go one step further. I've asked ChatGPT an image of a dog in space. So now let's wait for some time and hopefully we'll get an image here of a dog in space. Now ChatGPT is creating this image of a dog in space. This is called diffusion. We'll talk about this in later videos as to how this happens and how to get good images out of any model, large language model. Okay, so it is diffusing and getting the image for me. And let's have a look at the final outcome as it comes out. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So a dog in space. And now the question comes as to how does this all work? So let's go on to the next thing. How does it work? Okay, so the simple version of how all this works is people have been giving AI a lot of data as to billions of words, billions of images, and AI has been learning patterns like what I talked about before, images of a cat. Now, with all these images, it has learned to predict what a cat looks like, and it can predict the next word, the next pixel, the next sound, and that's how it creates something new. Think of it like, say you're a cook and you've read thousands of cookbooks, and someone says, make me a chocolate cake. Now, you're not going to pick up one recipe and just give them a chocolate cake. What you usually would do is, from your vast knowledge of how chocolate cakes are made, you would probably make your own version of the chocolate cake. So that's exactly how AI, generative AI works, where it gives you its own version of what you're asking it. Obviously, that would be in a prompt. Now, let's prove this. Let's see what I'm saying is true or not. So let's give that AI the same prompt which we gave earlier, a dog in space. So here I'm going to give the same prompt again to ChatGPT and let's see what we get now. Do you think you're going to get the same image? Let's see. So again, it will take some time and let's have a look once it's ready. Okay, so we got the second image. Let us see. It is different from the previous one. You can see the dog. The dog is a slightly different dog. The space suit is almost the same. The comet is in a different way. There's no second planet out there. So basically, ChatGPT has gone and created another different version of the same prompt. Okay, so in other words, every time it's creating something different. Think of it like the cake itself. Sometimes you might put a little more extra sugar or extra salt, etc. So that's how its ChatGPT works. It is creating on the go, or any other LLM model. That's how they work. Now that brings us to a fourth topic, which is how do you know what's real and what's AI? Now let me show you a few images and let's talk about it. Let's see if you can decipher which are real and which are AI. Okay, so here are the series of images. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, from these images, quickly, if you can tell me which are AI, 1 to 7, which are AI and which are not. You can put in the comments. Now, if you guessed right, all are AI generated. So let us have a look. Let's try and figure out how to decipher if it is AI or it is real. So let's have a look. Mostly, the best way to check is the fingers and arms. If you see here, if you can count the fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers. So this is definitely AI generated. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Let's see this. Okay, so a cat cannot hold a mobile phone because it does not have opposing thumbs. So this is obviously generated by AI. Moving on. Now you can see here the reflection. Reflection of this person looks very unnatural. If he has to be looking at us, he would be possibly a little more to the right to get this kind of reflection. So by looking at it closely, you can see that's something wrong there. Moving on here, if you see here, you can see a reflection of the shop. It's a total different reflection in the glass out here. So that's another telltale sign that it's AI generated. Now let's look at this image. If you can see your hands here, this looks very unnatural. Okay, so again, looking at it closely, you can see something is wrong here. Moving on, let's look at this. Let's look at usually the teeth. Yeah, you can see here. The teeth seems totally off here. So if you look close up, you can see there's something off here. Let's look at the cycle. Okay, the cycle, the second handlebar seems to be missing. The left handle seems to be missing. And if you look closely, possibly you'll see something else as well. So those are the ways you can tell if an image is AI generated or real. Usually if it's too good to be true, it's usually not true. However, nowadays AI is getting very smart and it's getting increasingly difficult to tell the real thing from AI. So proceed with caution when you are looking at images and thinking they're real. That moves us on to our final topic as to why all this should matter to you, why you should care. Now, generative AI is not only for geeks, it's a lot of everyday people like entrepreneurs, creators, small business owners, even the working professional using AI on a regular basis to do things like write blog posts, write better content, write better letters, write better resumes, create images, create presentations, create podcasts, etc. So in case you are not using AI or using just ChatGPT, etc., you would be left behind. I think it is high time to learn AI if you are not yet doing so at a very high level. Now, if you want to start learning how to earn with AI, I have a link down in the description. You can see it here where you can learn and earn with AI. So have a look at that, worth your time and effort. Also, if you have any questions, queries as to what I have talked about in this video, please leave a comment below and also tell me what you would like to see in some of my next videos. I'll try and give you a shout out and also try and use your input in my next videos. Of course, AI is not perfect and it makes mistakes. There's something called hallucinations where AI predicts something wrongly. At times, it's not human. You have to be cautious with it. So we'll talk about these things also in the future. So stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when some of these new videos are out. Now, remember, this is just the starting point. Each video in my series are going to build up on the next, and also things like how to write better prompts, how to make images, videos, how to write blog posts possibly, and also how to make podcasts, how to make your own apps. That's all coming up in the next series of videos. Now imagine if you'd give AI a prompt about Apple, and instead of giving you information about the iPhone, it would give you something about the fruit. So how does AI know if you're talking about the fruit or the device? I'll explore that in my next video as to how AI knows this. And by knowing about it, you will be in a position to write better prompts, to get better outputs from AI, and get a better job, make a sale with this better prompting. So I will be leaving a link to this next video if you're watching it after some time, somewhere out here. And if you're watching it just when I've released this video, it might not be ready. So hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when I have this out. So stay tuned. I will be talking about various other things in the future, and I'd love to hear your comments about what I've been talking about. Stay tuned. Catch you in the other videos.